Broadcasting live from the evolving wilds in the plain of Zendikar, this is Tap Tap Concede. Welcome, everybody, to the new, bold, fresh Tap Tap Concede.
Yep. New podcast smell?
Yeah. It's still got it, at least for this week.
That ain't
Why
it.
would no?
This is Graham here with Cameron and Alex, and today's going to be a crack-a-pack fest because our box is stacked, and we want to open some.
We must
packs
cuddle the herd.
look at old weird cards.
Our box has gotten dangerously thick.
Yeah. You really pronounce that second
I
C very
love doing
well.
it. I take any opportunity.
It's really good. Thick. They'll be thrilled to hear it. This podcast is brought to you by our good friends at CardKingdom.com, which, as we mentioned last time, they just started sponsoring this podcast in addition to our Magic streams, which they've been sponsoring for a couple of years now. And because when we're buying cards online, that's where we go, and because we think they're great. And even yesterday in chat, someone was like, "Whoa, no joke, they ship super fast."
Yeah. Like I usually get, like when I buy singles, they send my notification day of usually.
Yeah. So, check out CardKingdom.com. You want to go to CardKingdom.com/LRR because that lets them know that we sent you there, and it lets them know that their sponsorship of us is worthwhile. We've had people who listen to other podcasts say, but all the podcasts that I love are sponsored by Card Kingdom. Well, first of all, that means they have great taste. Secondly, I don't know, alternate. You can say in the comments that the other people helped you as well, if you're using our code. Also, if you tell them LoadingReadyRun sent me button, please. If you say button, please, you will get a little 1-inch button that currently, the current design says, always be casting.
However, if you do not use our code, our feelings will be hurt, and we will know.
Yeah, we psychically,
we
don't worry
will
about
absolutely know.
it. Yeah. And of course, everything, all this and all the shows that we do are brought to you by your support of our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. So please check that out as well. All right, we have a huge box of diverse packs of cards.
Roll it.
Roll the big D. How are we going to do
Give me
this?
the D.
How are we going to do this so it doesn't get away
Give
from
me
us?
the D.
It got
Goodbye,
away.
D.
I throw it at Paul.
10.
1, 2, 3.
There's a
4,
big collection of new ones in there
5,
we've got in the mail
6,
recently.
7, 8, 9.
Uh-oh.
It's Chinese.
Well, it's Torment.
Is it Torment?
It's Torment or it's Core Set. I can't
No,
tell.
it's totally Torment with
This-
the new Sengir Vampire art.
Right.
I think that one says advanced level.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's you can't see that from where you are, but
I'm sure
okay.
that's Torment.
This was given to us by Eric at PAX Prime, which means it must have been PAX like last
2015?
when it was still PAX Prime rather
Yeah.
than PAX West. So yeah, Chinese Torment.
I'm sure. I think
Maybe
so.
Torment.
Yeah.
We'll find out when
Yeah,
we
we see
open
the
it up.
set symbol.
You'll have to read the card.
Oh yeah.
I can't see
I
the,
can sort of read
the
it.
preview monitor. From
There
here.
we
it is
go. Yeah.
Torment.
It is,
Haha,
yeah, no,
okay. Out there.
It's definitely Torment. I can tell.
I
From
know
the,
some
It's-
things.
from the set symbol. Okay, now hang on.
Wait a
I'm
minute.
going to actually move it.
Move the rare to the
Okay,
back.
rearrange. Okay.
Nice.
Number 1 is a snake.
Crozen Constrictor.
Snack.
For 3 and a green, you get a snack. It has Swamp Walk. It has an activated ability. Tap. Target black creature gets -2/-0 until end of turn.
Odd.
And it's a 2/2.
2/2. Yeah.
Huh.
It's
like
a
it's a
slithering,
black.
cold-blooded menace. I've got to respect that.
So it's-
from
Braids.
Braids, Dementia
So
Summoner.
it's anti-swamp tech.
Anti-black tag.
Yeah, in green. I guess the snakes sometimes have swamp walk.
Snack.
It,
Well, I
yeah.
mean,
Flavor Fleet makes sense for
Meyer
a snake to
boa.
have swamp walk.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of interesting. Like, it has an offensive ability where it's evasive, and then it has this defensive ability as well, where you can, like...
All right, yeah, it seems fine. What is this thing? This guy looks real angry.
Longhorn Fire Blast. For 2 and a red,
Beast.
you get a Beast. It is a 3/2. When Longhorn Fire Beast comes into play, any opponent may have it deal 5 damage to him or her. If a player does, sacrifice Longhorn Fire Beast.
no one's
This is a
ever
bit
going to
like-
be paying that cost.
It's a bit like Vexing Devil, only so much worse.
Well, if this thing
Yeah.
had like 5 power, maybe this would
Yeah.
be a
Like
thing.
3 mana 3/2 is like
Okay.
is playable. It's
Yeah.
a perfectly playable like mid-range filler in like an aggressive deck. but you're not the thing about Vexing Devil is it's a 4/3 for 1.
Yeah.
That's when you're like, oh, okay, I need to take
like,
some beats from that. This thing is not good.
But by the way, for those of you who are curious, Torment is sometimes referred to as the Black Set.
Oh, right.
Because this was a basically Black Matters set.
and
so-
Judgment was white, right?
Well, they
I think it
actually,
was
like, themed it around specific
everything other
colors?
than black.
Okay.
So they had this. There were 40 black cards versus like 28 blue and 21 green and white cards in the set. So it was actually pushed towards black.
Interesting.
And lots of cards reference.
That's a weird
Swamp.
choice for a
This is
theme.
also where like the tainted lands came from.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
these, yeah, if we get taint lands, they're actually quite good.
Taint Lance. What is this thing?
Aquamoeba.
Excuse me.
For 1 and a blue, you get a 1/3 beast
Aquamoeba.
with an ability. Discard a card from your hand. Switch them. Oh, I don't remember how to pronounce Aquamoeba's power and toughness until end of turn.
This is Tech and Reanimator.
Yeah.
It's real easy to pitch
Yeah.
cards to this thing.
Yeah.
Also, it can fight and defend,
Yeah.
because a 1/3 and a 3/1 are big teeth or big butt.
Yeah.
Oh man, the
good.
art on this next card is
I really like. Yeah, I like
super
that.
stylized. No, on this next one, super stylized and gorgeous. What is this?
Aven Trooper. For 3 and a white, you get a 1/1 bird soldier. It has flying and an ability that reads 2 and a white. Discard a card from your hand. Aven Trooper gets +1/+2 until end of turn.
Was there madness in this set?
Wow, this card's not very good.
No, it's not.
A 1/1 for 4.
Yeah.
But you can pay an additional 3 and pitch a card
to make it a 2/3.
2/3.
Woo! That
And,
ain't good.
or you could pay 6 and pitch 2 cards to make it a 3/5.
And then you just like 5 for 1 yourself.
Wow.
Yeah.
But look at the sun in the background with the
Oh,
silhouetted
it's very
clouds.
pretty.
This is super
Yeah,
pretty.
good work, Greg Staples.
Yeah.
I like the negative space clouds.
Yerp.
All right, what is this? Someone got killed.
Waste
Waste
away.
away. 4 and a black, you get an instant as an additional cost. As an additional cost to play Waste Away, discard a card from your hand. Target creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn.
And
Wow.
ruins the night at the pub.
Yeah.
Bag.
Chainer's Insanity touch nearly every living thing, including viruses.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
I
I guess
mean-
this is where we get Chainer's Edict.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe compare this to, I don't know, Dismember?
Yeah. Or any other just 5 mana, kill something.
Yeah, or any 2 mana kill anything.
Yeah.
What about this spectacular looking gentleman? Wait,
Oh.
I recognize that cane. Is this Felden?
Cabal Torturer.
Oh.
1 black. For a minion, it is a 1/1.
He's just a he's wearing very fancy clothing for a minion.
Maybe minions, maybe this guy has like a
He's
very
kinda
fancy
up
owner.
himself.
Upon further inspection, that is not Felden's cane.
No. Felden was red
Felden's stick.
when he appeared.
Right.
For black and tap, target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn.
That's not so bad.
Actually, that's kind of decent. Threshold, for 3 black, tap, target creature gets -2/-2 until end
You
of
know
turn.
what this is just like? The Goldraz Assassin from Zendikar, the level up
Yeah.
guy, because it's like it has a small removal
Right.
ability, and then it becomes a larger one. later.
Threshold is the graveyard interacting.
Yes.
Interacting.
Threshold
mechanic
is
with
actually pretty sweet as
Yeah.
a mechanic.
Yeah.
There's some.
this card actually seems all right.
Yeah, I would play this. It makes combat math kind of miserable.
Oh hey.
Oh, hey, obsessive research, or obsessive search, I mean. Very simple
Oh man,
effect.
this is in this set.
1 blue, for an instant, draw a card. And Madness, 1 blue.
Nice. So yeah, now with that bird, you can pay 2
No.
white blue
No,
to give it +1/+2
To cantrip.
and discard and draw a card.
that's awful.
No, come off even.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Pick up off that
this card
parry.
was probably, like, I can see design really hating this card. Actually being like, all people do is they use this to mitigate madness. Right? Instead of getting, like,
Any sort of
Yeah.
like effect out of it.
What is this?
frantic participation.
Huh.
For
What a
2 and a
weird
white,
name.
instant, destroy target enchantment. Madness, 1 white.
They printed this card as this exact thing for white and no madness.
What is this?
Spirit Flare, 3 and a white, instant. Tap target untapped creature you control. If you do, it deals damage equal to its power to target attacking or blocking creature an opponent controls. Flashback, 1 white, pay 3 life.
Blee.
Oh, this has flashback too. So
Oh,
it's
this is kind of
interesting
like-
because it has like these complementary mechanics. Like Madness feeds flashback and threshold.
Yeah.
But flashback hurts threshold
Yeah.
because you need to have 7 cards in your bin for threshold.
Oh,
but
that's
flashback puts
actually
them in
pretty
exile.
interesting. Because
Yeah,
you
that's
get
kind of interesting. Yeah, this is kind of like this is like deep analysis
Yeah.
in white, right? Like where the flashback cost had a pay life.
You know, I'm finding some interesting interactions with mechanics in Highlander because there's a deck I'm building that exploits Threshold and Delirium because those get along like a house on fire.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But non-bow with Delve and Flashback.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's interesting. You look at, I guess most recently, vehicles would be the most recent example where they sort of they alter the card frame to so that it's really clear that this is like a different thing.
It's
and
a
you,
car.
And you look at Miracles.
Yes.
Right, where it was like it's a different card frame so that you draw it and you're like, oh, right,
Yeah.
Miracle.
Or the
okay.
enchantment creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this set introduced this thing where, or maybe it didn't introduce it, but it was in the set still. This indicator of when something was relevant in the graveyard, which in this case was any card with flashback. You can see it on the overlay. There's a tiny, just to the left of the card name, is a tiny piece of goddamn clip art of a tombstone.
Yep.
And
Because-
their art director at the time, or their art directors now, must be so embarrassed that this exists on Magic cards because it looks awful.
Well, this was also when Graveyard Order was.
It was
like,
relevant.
yeah.
Like,
I mean,
look
it
at it.
still technically is, I think.
Oh my God.
It's a terrible, cartoony little clip art tombstone.
Oh, that's just.
But yeah, because
That's
you
no
weren't
bueno.
supposed to rearrange the order of things in your graveyard.
Right, because
so
there was
you
like
needed
topmost
some way.
creature in your
yeah.
yard. Yeah.
Poor RK Post.
Look at it.
Oh,
I'm dissatisfied to
that's
be presented next to
It
awful.
was a graveyard. I don't know, tombstone.
Yeah, sure.
It's like my brother wants to design a Magic card. Here, make him do the card.
Check
Oh,
this out.
hey, it's
Hey!
Mesmeric Fiend.
Oh, this card's good.
One in a
Mesmeric Fiend's
black
great.
for a white 1/1 Nightmare Horror. When Mesmeric Fiend comes into play, target opponent reveals his or her hand and you choose a non-land card from it. Remove that card from the game. When Mesmeric Fiend leaves play, return the removed card to its owner's hand.
So, from the Department of Creatures with Hand Attack, this is sort of a spiritual predecessor to Tide Hollow Sculler, and also
Brain Maggot.
Yeah, Brain Maggot. And Brain Maggot was the one that changed the way this mechanic works.
Yeah, so you couldn't
'Cause,
flicker
well,
this
you
in
can-
response
you
to a
can game
CTB
this.
trigger.
It's the same with Fiend Hunter abilities.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where they decided that they didn't. I mean, I guess they wanted to make it simpler because this card you can play it, have it resolve, put its ability to Thoughtseize them on the stack, and then sack it or flicker it, and then the card you choose goes away forever.
Pretty
Yeah,
sweet.
because it leaves the battlefield trigger, goes on the stack,
And it's like
and resolves first.
it's a,
By the
Looking
way,
for this card.
Stronghold was the last set that Graveyard Order mattered.
Okay.
Volrath Shapeshifter,
Right.
Which
That's
actually
the
gets
last-
played
the
in
last
Highlander
card ever.
Reanimator.
the last card ever printed in which Graveyard Order matters.
So what happens? What happens if you play Volrath Shapeshifter now?
Graveyard Order still matters. Like, it's still kind of inviolate.
Like, are you allowed to reorder your graveyard?
Well, it's
No,
that's
I don't
it's
think
not
you
the,
are.
That's not where the limit is, but that's part of the reason why like they did Modern, right?
Right.
Because Modern,
Doesn't have that.
yeah, so Modern you're safe in terms of reordering your
yeah.
graveyard.
Like, I think...
But in Legacy and other stuff, you do,
Presumably in
I believe
Highlander
it does
it
have to. It does matter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like Legacy Dredge plays a bunch of Order Matters cards,
Right.
doesn't it?
I have no idea.
I don't remember.
But I
Like
believe you.
that one shade.
Oh no! Okay, Manaless Dredge plays a card that cares about graveyard order.
Yeah.
Because there's cards that care about how many cards are on top of them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Like
so weird.
there's a shade that returns to play if there's 3 cards on top of it on your upkeep.
I mean, that's design space, right?
Yeah.
That's like it's a part of the game that lets you, play around and do cool stuff. That happens to also be a giant ass pain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like I
glad
think
that they
I think
removed it.
basically what it is Graveyard Order doesn't matter unless it does.
It's
Like
well, there was apparently the
it's like the Monarch mechanic.
apparently the big thing was like Wrath of God. You know, does that go to the graveyard before the cards that go to
Right.
that it kills, or after him to Turak? What order do the 2 cards go to?
Well, the
graveyard?
spell
Like,
always goes in
Right.
first, but yeah.
It was just apparently just caused too many rules
Right, yeah,
questions for not enough benefit.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's just like, okay, you just wrathed like 6 of my creatures. How do I order them? Who cares?
All right, next up we have, I'm assuming this is some sort of cephalid.
Cephalid Snitch. 1 in blue for a 1/1 Cephalid Wizard. Sacrifice Cephalid Snitch. Target creature loses protection from black until end.
You dang stoolie! You stood me up!
Next card.
Cephalid snitches get cephalid stitches. Hey, it's the Centaur Scout. Yeah, Seton Scout.
Seton Scout. Yeah,
got
Seton
reach.
Scout. Yeah, 1 in a green for a 2/1 Centaur Druid. Seton Scout may block as though it had flying. Threshold. Seton Scout gets +2/+2.
So this is the one, we've talked about this before on the show. It's on the card, you can see there, creature type Centaur Druid.
Yeah.
This is now a Centaur Druid Scout Archer.
I'm sorry, what?
So
Because it's got Scout in the name.
Because it got Scout in the name, and he's holding a bow. And when they went back to do the grand re-subtypening, they were like, anyone holding a bow or a
Is an
crossbow
archer.
is an archer now. And this guy has Scout in his name, so now it's a
Centaur Druid Scout Archer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
That's...
Well, things like Order of the Ebon Hand is now just clerics with no species.
Yeah,
Right?
weird.
It's no race.
Summon
They're
clerics.
not human.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the artwork was
Summon
the artwork
clerics.
guidelines were looser.
What is happening behind this tree?
Slithery Stalkers are happening behind that tree. For 1 black, you get a 1/1 Nightmare Horror. God, there's so many 1/1s in this set.
Hey, that
Swamp Walk.
That black tap -1/-1
Yeah.
guy's looking a lot better.
Yeah. Swamp Walk. When Slithery Stalker comes into play, remove target green or white creature an opponent controls from the game.
Get in the bag.
When Slithery Stalker leaves play, return the removed card to play
Yeah,
under
this
its
is
understand.
a Fiend Hunter.
Yeah.
Only black. It only hits 2 colors of creatures, but it has
Yeah.
Swamp Walk, but it has 1 power.
Yeah. So,
What a roller coaster.
It's only costs
Yeah.
3? This seems okay.
I mean, like,
Nightmare Horror seems redundant to me.
Yeah.
yeah.
Nightmare. It's probably a Nightmare Horror Stalker
It's not
now.
like Nightmare fun thing.
Yeah, like I
No,
don't.
it is still just a Nightmare
I find the
Horror.
nightmare subtype very confusing
Yeah.
because it's like, okay, nightmare, yeah, it's a fiery horse that flies. Nightmare, I get
Nightmare
that.
horse.
But then you also have that dragon, the combo dragon, World Gorger dragon, which
yeah.
is also a
Dragon
nightmare.
Horror? Or Nightmare Dragon?
Yeah, it's a nightmare dragon.
Is Nightmare
this is a
still
nightmare.
a subtype?
Probably.
Yep.
I don't know what a nightmare
Did
is
the
because I thought it was a flying fiery horse.
is Persistent Nightmare from is it Shadows or Eldritch Moon? The Persistent Nightmare, Shadowy Stalker, whatever it is. Is
Yeah.
it a nightmare?
Yeah.
It is a nightmare.
Good. We got there, everybody.
It's a literal, actual
Literal
nightmare.
nightmare. Okay.
Okay, so it can either be a bad dream or a
We did it.
flying fiery horse.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine. What is
Anything
this?
that makes you piss yourself.
Speaking of clerics, what is this?
Temporary
is-
insanity. 3 in a red. Instant.
It's a threaten.
Untap target creature with power less than the number of cards in your graveyard and gain
Ooh.
control of it until end of turn. That creature gains haste until end of turn.
So it's worse than threaten.
So our rare
Yeah.
is foil
Ooh.
because there's no additional. It's the rare just is a foil rather than getting a rare and then a foil. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh my
dun,
god!
dun,
Mortal Kombat!
Enchantment, 2 black, Mortal Kombat. At the beginning of your upkeep, if 20 or more creature cards are in your graveyard, you win the game.
It's easier to go off with this than Battle of Wits.
Why
Yep.
is there a giant dog nose in the background?
Don't worry about it. Okay, so here's.
It's fine.
I was trying to think of a way that you
fine,
could
it's
just like
totally fine.
self-mill. This is like a sweet combo with self-mill, but
So
not really.
Yeah, no, not really.
Just like Painter's Servant, activate Grindstone, target myself.
Small bit
Move
of
to my upkeep.
No!
small bit
Actually,
of
no, you still win. But
Yeah, you
What's
still
up,
win
Paul?
before you die.
so stupid.
small bit of trivia on Torment. Now I believe you won't see it on these cards, but on the English set of Torment, all the white cards, due to a misprinting, are printed with low resolution artwork.
What?
No, these ones are fine.
Yeah,
This one was.
and
I remember seeing that on some of the cards and going, what is this? Because yeah, these ones.
yeah, they fixed
these
it.
are fine.
They fixed it for the non-English sets, but
That's
for the
really
English-
weird.
I guess they print the English ones first, and they messed that up.
I wonder if that makes non-English like if there's any relevant cards in the set in white, if it makes the non-English ones worth more because the art doesn't suck. All right, because we're doing a Crack-a-Pack Fest, which is all episode Crack and Packs. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to clear out the hilarious comedy suggestions. This is from Andrew, and it's a pack of 8 collectible cards from the Babylon 5 collectible card game, Deluxe Edition Booster Pack.
Come on, Londo Malari. Come on, Londo Malari.
From the company Precedence.
I imagine these aren't going to show up on the card reader.
No.
I might be able to find some of them.
Join the Zeta Squadron. Get a membership card, a periodic newsletter, a tournament rating system, and access to exclusive cards and other cool Babylon 5 stuff. Just send $25 check or money order to Precedence Publishing. All right, we got a Durog.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, Durog. It's a Narn character. You know, the Narn. Right?
Okay.
These guys. D-U''ROG.
Durog.
He's got 8 thing and 4 different thing and 3 other thing.
Okay.
Oh,
If
good for
Durog
It's
him.
got 4 green stuff,
Oh,
3
here we go.
blue
Here we go.
stuff.
If Durog is discarded from play, you may cause 4 points of damage to any Narn character.
What's a Narn character?
This guy's a Narn character. He hurts his own kind.
That's rude.
Older but wiser, a diplomacy participant aftermath. Participant character gets +1
How many
diplomacy.
DPAs are you running?
Not enough. Condemn deportations, a diplomacy conflict. Target another race. If this conflict is successful, the tensions of all races towards the target race increase by 1. If any race was already at 5 tension towards the target race, when this tension increase occurred, each faction of the target race loses 1 influence.
What the hell is
Must
this
be how
game about?
people feel when we talk about magic.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Right?
Yeah, maybe.
What's up, Paul?
I found Durog.
Yep, that's him.
Yeah,
Let's do Durog.
That's Durog.
Durog was an old enemy of Jakar and blamed Jakar for humiliating him and ruining his family name.
Oh, so it's revenge.
Extended Contacts is a group. Rotate and target a character. That character gains +2 intrigue while this group remains rotated. Ooh, an event called Subliminal Influence. You may move each of your tension ratings and your unrest level up or down. There's tension and unrest? Wow. Oh, here we go. Complete support. We got it. Don't worry. Complete support. Diplomacy conflict. Each character of your race gains +1 diplomacy while this conflict is being resolved. If this conflict succeeds by at least 5 times your unrest, alter one of your tensions to any level you desire. An event called Not Meant to Be. Reverse the printed effect text of an event played since your last chance to act. You must apply influence equal to that applied by the event's player, +2 influence per mark required to play the event.
What?
This sounds procedurally generated.
Did
Like, do you have like 15 different life totals in
Marrowbot?
this game?
And I guess our last card in the pack, Kamak. Kha''Mak, another Narn character, representative of the Kari. Cannot become an inner circle character, so, unplayable. Rotate to reduce the cost of the next Narn character you sponsor this turn by 2, which, gets your Durog out quicker. And your influence rating is increased by +1 while you control Kamak. Unless Kha''Mak.
Mac.
And unless someone condemns you to deportations. Thank you, Andrew. I have no idea how to play this game.
Yeah, that was a trip.
Wow. Yeah. That's,
Shall we roll
okay.
for the next one?
That's what
Let's.
people hear when we talk about Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, okay.
Magic. What? It's not footy.
7.
1, 2,
57.
3, 4, 5, 6. You hit a winner.
Oh!
Chicken dinner.
Modern Masters 2015 edition. Yes. This was from Nathan at PAX East 2016. Thank you, Nathan.
Shake it like a pack of modern masters.
Click. It's open.
Weird pack cracking sound. I liked these. I hope they fix
Yeah.
the problems that these.
What was the problem?
They rattle, and so the edges came out scuffed often.
Yeah.
So I hope that they fix these and reintroduce, because I quite like these. Also, so much foil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, these are recyclable, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
I also like that you could, when you cracked a pack, you could just put the cards back in the pack and use it as an impromptu carrying case.
They were smart enough to do this. They have the token on the front, so that the face of the front card doesn't get scuffed up. These edges actually look totally fine.
Well, I mean, we're not collectors, so.
Check out this guy.
Grome Bigot. Non-aligned
me?
character. Multiple. Grome. Agitator. If a character that Grome Bigot has attacked this turn is discarded from play, the character's controller loses 1 power. You intrude upon worlds, make mockery of our customs.
Okay.
Okay.
He's
For those not watching the
he's
video,
a
that's another
2/2
that's another Babylon
for 7.
That's another Babylon 5 character.
It might be the other way around. Oh,
Jinxo.
Jinxo. A neutral character.
Grome Bigot.
Unique. Cannot attack. When this character is discarded from play, Babylon 5 loses 5 influence.
What?
He is a 1 for 5.
Or a 5 for 1. We don't know what
yeah,
these
I don't know.
symbols mean.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, back to Modern Masters 2015.
Back where the world makes sense.
WWGBD. What would Grome Bigot do? First up, Nest Invader.
Oh, yeah.
Nest Invader's great. It's a 2/2 for 1 to green. So it's your classic bears, classic grizzly bears.
Classic
But
good bears.
Nest Invader comes with a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn that says sacrifice this creature to add 1 to your mana pool.
So
this,
it chumps or gets eaten by stuff or it just gives you mana.
this is back when the Scions were all babies.
Teeny Scions.
Burst Lightning.
Yep.
Every card in this set, well, not every card, but many of the cards in this set are very good.
Better
this
than
is-
Tarmogoyf. Burst Lightning.
Never pass this card.
It's very good.
Burst Lightning's great. Sorry, instant for a single red mana, deals 2 damage to creature or player.
it's shock.
So it's shock on the face of it.
But wait, there's more.
There is. There's a kicker of 4, and if you pay a 5 mana total when you play it, then it deals 4 damage to creature or player.
So
at
instant speed fireball.
Yeah, it's a shock
Terrific.
and a one size
Or flame
only
slash.
fireball.
Yeah.
But also hits players.
Yeah.
But it's,
At instant.
oh, it is,
Play Burst
Yeah.
Lightning,
Oh,
it's
right,
good.
it is fireball because if you're paying 1x for fireball and x
Yeah.
is 4, then okay. I got you.
Yeah,
wow,
we're good.
Cards you forgot were in Modern Masters 2015. Instill Infection. 3 and a black. Put a instant. Put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. Draw a card.
I never really played a lot of Modern Masters 2015. How real was the Proliferate deck?
Not really.
Not really.
I mean, it was
because
not-
like you wanted like
not
Thrumming
this
Bird
card.
and like the Simic guys, right?
Yeah. I don't think this card was very real.
Oh, well.
This one was real for me, though. Stoic Rebuttal.
Quang.
1 blue instant counter target spell. So cancel.
Yep.
But wait, there's more. If you have Metalcraft, it costs 1 colorless less.
Yeah. So counterspell.
Yeah. It goes from cancel to counterspell if you have Metalcraft.
All right.
This was super useful in my blue-white affinity deck at PT Vegas.
Yeah.
Didn't this say standard play?
No,
don't
because
remember.
Mana Leak was in standard at the same time as
Right.
this.
Kami of Ancient Law.
Ah,
Ah,
yes.
yeah.
2/2 for 1 and a white. Sacrifice it, destroy a target enchantment.
I'm made
Yeah.
of tablets.
Bear with upside.
Upside
I
bear.
loved the artwork for the spirits
It
in
was real weird.
Kamigawa.
It's so
They were
weird
so
looking.
wonderfully strange. Like they were so alien and weird, and I love it.
Yeah, wow.
Pretty cool.
I don't know where their face is, what they're doing, and I like that a lot.
Sickle Ripper.
Meh.
The slipper.
It's a piker with wither.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a 2/1 for 1 and a black elemental warrior with Wither. And Wither is it deals damage to creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters. So this predates Infect, which did the same thing
So
to
it still
creatures.
deals regular damage, but
Yeah.
when you get hit by a wither creature, you stay hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're a creature. If you're a player, you just take the damage like
Yeah.
normal. But yeah. The elemental deck was pretty good as well, if you could get it to come together, such as this guy, the Inner Flame Igniter. So 2/2 for 2 and a red, and for 2 and a red, creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. If this is the 3rd time this ability has resolved this turn, creatures you control gain first strike until end of turn.
How hard was it to get to 9 mana?
So you didn't do it typically by just tapping 9 mana. Because what was the interaction that made this possible?
A
'Cause I
creature that
remember this
discounted
happening.
activated abilities?
Yeah,
No,
like
it was there was an elemental.
Oh, that made a bunch of mana when it came in, right?
No, there's an elemental that added mana based. Was it based on elemental? There was a synergy that made this super attainable.
Okay, yeah.
I don't recall the specific card.
Like seeing this makes me think like there has to be something.
Yeah,
right.
you
that
could
makes this
you
work.
could definitely. We got someone online with this
Okay.
because we were just like, attack with our whole team, and they were like, okay, fine, make some reasonable blocks, and then we're just like
right.
blowout.
Gotcha.
Everything has +3/+0. And
Yeah,
first
because
strike.
seeing this guy at common makes me think like this has to work, right? This has to be a thing that would happen.
Yeah, and I can't
Goodbye.
remember. It's another red
sorry,
elemental
Ken.
from
It's cocked anyway.
Shadowmoor, or Eventide, from whatever set this
Yeah.
guy was from.
Yeah.
Sundering Vitae. Vitae, 2 and a green, destroy target artifact or enchantment with Convoke. So you could cast Naturalize for free if you had enough creatures.
Neat.
Seems all right. It's pretty cool artwork. It's just like this guy's axe is getting wrecked by green mana chains.
For some reason, the next 2 cards are upside down.
That's weird.
Turn them right side up.
So there's the Smoke Braider,
Smoke Braider.
which is add 2 mana of any combination of colors to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast elemental spells or activate abilities. of elementals.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then there's also this guy too, the Soul Bright.
Yes,
King.
this
Soul
guy,
Bright.
yeah.
That's the one. Okay, so this is how you used Smoke Braider and Soul Bright Elemental.
Right.
And that
Because
gives you.
Yeah, you would tap the Soul
that gives you
Braider
8 mana.
to
I can't read.
Yeah,
pay
yeah.
for this guy's
Symbols
ability.
yeah, so you with 4 mana and a Smoke Braider, you can activate Soul Bright Elemental's ability 3 times, and then you get then your creatures get
Trample.
you get to give 3 different creatures trample, and you have 8 mana, which you use all that 8 mana and 1 more of your own lands to activate the other guy's ability 3 times. So then all your creatures get +3/+0 and first strike, and 3 of them have trample.
Get wrecked.
That was the combo. Thank you, Paul.
Ah,
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That was attainable. Not often, but it could happen.
yeah.
Anyway, next
If
up,
if it comes together, you deserve to win.
Alloy Mirror. It's a 2/2 for 3 mana, and tap to add 1 mana of any color to
I
your mana
remember
pool.
thinking this guy was so cute
He is.
in this from Mirrodin Besieged, right?
I think so.
This card's actually pretty good.
It is.
Yeah.
I like it. Darksteel Citadel.
Ah, yes, the only artifact land that was not banned in Modern.
Yep. And goes in the Affinity deck.
Yep.
It's indestructible, and you tap for 1 colorless.
And then you put
1 generic.
Soul Scissors on it, or
It
whatever.
taps
it's
for 1 mana.
called. Yay.
That's what we do. Tajnar Swordsmith is 3 and a white for a 2/3 cat soldier. When it enters the battlefield, you may pay X. If you do, search your library for an equipment card with converted mana cost X or less and put it onto the battlefield. Then shuffle your library. This
That
card's not very good.
tittering noise is Stoneforge Mystic laughing.
Yes,
Yeah.
This card's not very good.
Like I guess in this set you were paying 5 for this guy and getting Bone Splitter.
I guess.
Well, also, like, I mean, it does put it into play, but
Agony Warp.
oh yes,
yeah.
Agony Warp is cool. It's instant for blue-black, and target creature gets -3/-0, and target creature gets -0/-3.
and those can be separate
They
creatures.
can be separate creatures or the same creature.
So you want to mess up some combat math.
Yep.
Yeah, really the best thing to do with this is use the -0/-3 to kill 1 creature outright, and then use the -3/-0 on a creature you're blocking so that it's not a trade, you just kill
Yeah.
them. That's living your best life.
So this can easily 2 for 1.
Simic Growth Chamber.
Aha!
The Karoo lands.
Oh, these
So-
ones really hurt to get strip mines.
Yeah, Simic Growth Chamber enters tapped. When it enters the battlefield, you return a land you control to its owner's hand. So if this is the first land you play, you have to return this to your hand, so don't do that. But once it's online, it taps for green and blue.
This was the backbone of the Summer Bloom deck.
Yeah.
That's how it used so much mana. It would play Amulet of Vigor that made things come in untapped, and then you would just like play lands. You cast Summer Bloom to play 3 extra lands, play out these lands and like tap them and bounce them to make like a ton of mana, and then play Prime Time, which would get a whole bunch of other stuff. I think it would get lands that would give it haste or something stupid. And you'd just be like beep beep.
Right.
The foil, because there's a foil in every one of these packs, is a Kite Sail, which is totally fine.
Yep.
It's a 2-mana equipment that equips for 2 and gives the creature +1/+0 and flying. So actually, it tended to be kind of relevant sometimes for breaking through stalemates.
I just figured out the flavor text on here. Kite sailing is a way of life, and without practice, the end of it. You'll notice there's no
There's
rider.
no rider. Yeah.
There was a goblin under that.
Later.
Yeah.
He's in the ground now.
And
Oh,
our
goodness.
rare is
Gwiley.
Goulet. Goulet. It's Guile. 3 blue, blue, blue. So 6 mana for a 6/6. It can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures.
So it can't be blocked.
So you have to minimum triple block it. If a spell or ability you control would counter a spell, instead exile that spell and you may play that card without paying its mana cost.
What?
And when it's put into a graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into its owner's library.
Huh.
So if you try to counter something when you have Guile, not only does it get countered, but that
You take... Each one of your counterspells becomes a desertion.
and they also
Yeah.
can't counter your counterspell. Well, they can, but it doesn't do anything. Because it's if a spell or ability you control would counter a spell.
This
Oh,
seems...
wait, does that mean that the counterspell has to resolve?
Yeah, because it would have to counter it.
Right. Yes,
Right.
it does.
Yeah.
So if your counterspell resolves, instead of it just being countered and going to their graveyard, it actually gets exiled and you get to play it.
Neat.
Yeah.
That's super cool. All right.
Excuse me.
Should we do another real one?
Yeah, let's.
Sure.
I have another dumb
I
one.
rolled a 13.
all the way over there.
Sure.
Yeah, all the way over
1,
there.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I think I was opening the pack. Did you just drop the ball and it's
Yeah.
the die and it sort of rolled over there?
9,
I was
10,
Fidgeting and I
12.
lost the die. The die became
It's Scars.
lost.
Hey, speaking of Mirrodin, it's Scars of Mirrodin. This one is unlabeled.
From Venser.
Darn it. All right.
Rip.
Thank you, friend,
Yeah. Lots of good cards in this set.
whomever you may be.
Yeah, it was weird because like there was a couple of amazing cards and a lot of not very good at all cards.
Yeah.
Snake, activate your Soliton radar.
This was a combo in limited in this set.
Was it?
Because there
With-
was the huge ass crossbow.
Oh yeah,
Heavy
him
Arbalist.
and
Yeah, the heavy
Arbalest.
arbalest.
So, Soliton, wait, was Heavy Arbalest in this set?
I thought it was.
Maybe, I think it might have been
Positive
actually.
that was a
yeah.
combo.
Yeah.
So Soliton is a 3/4 artifact creature construct for 5 mana with an activated ability for a single blue, untap Soliton. And yes, it was. Yeah, and
Yeah.
the Heavy Arbalest was an equipment that dealt 2 damage, but
Yep.
it didn't untap.
Yeah.
Right.
5.
So you had
So
to.
you need 12 mana to get this combo online, but then when you do, it's like blue, deal 2 damage to anything.
Oh man,
Gung, 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 gung.
removal, so good. Grasp of Darkness.
Yep.
Black-
Real removal spells.
Black instant. Target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn.
Super good.
To be fair, this was just reprinted in
Yeah,
in
in
Oath of
Oath,
the Gatewood.
yeah.
Oath of the Gatewatch.
Oh gee.
Bonds of Quicksilver. Speaking of removal, 3 and a blue with Flash. That's an enchantment. Enchant creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. So end of turn or combat or whatever, you can flash this in and keep something tapped down. Volshock Replica. There was a cycle of replicas. There were artifact creatures that were like replicas of the humanoid
Yeah.
races of
Yeah.
Scars.
There's like Berserker and like Elf and maybe Zombie.
Well, like the non-human
was
replicas were in the original Mirrodin.
Yeah.
Then the humanoid, like the
Yeah.
actual humans, like the Volshock, the Nurok.
Yeah, Volshock,
Oh,
Nirok,
okay, so it would have been
Oriok.
Vettelkin.
Yeah.
whatever the elves were.
That was a cleric. There
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the elf, goblin, Leonin,
Yeah, from the old one.
zombie
Okay, I see.
And
replicas were in Mirrodin.
Yeah.
And they all had colored activated abilities that
Yeah.
did something.
So this one, the Volshock replica, is a 3/1 for 3 Berserker with the ability 1 to red and sacrifice it. It deals 3 damage to target player. Just player. Is that
Like I
relevant
guess it
for
stops
you?
being.
Oh, and the Moriok.
Yeah, the Moriok.
He said, revealing that card next in the pile.
Spoilers.
Because you have to sacrifice them to do their ability. The Moriok replica is a 2/2 for 3. So I think they all cast for 3. I could be wrong. But so the first one was a 3/1 for 3. This is a 2/2 for 3. With 1 and a black and sacrifice Moriok replica, you draw 2 cards and lose 2 life.
This actually seems pretty
Yeah,
good.
that actually seems reasonable
Yeah,
now.
it's the Sign of Blood.
Yeah. Like when it stops being
Well,
relevant, you cash it in.
It's
and-
Knight's Whisper.
Right,
Yeah.
Knight's Whisper. Yeah.
So, but it's also like stapled to a body.
Yeah.
It's pretty. Seems all right.
Withstand death. Single green mana, instant. Target creature is indestructible this turn.
I knew this
Behold
dark
my plate.
steel bowl would come in handy someday.
I mean, he's not going to die, but he's definitely losing those fingers.
Yeah.
Right?
He
If
just
you're trying to block with something, don't hold your fingers in front of the thing that you're blocking.
Yeah.
you find a perfectly like preserved circle of his head
Yeah.
around a bunch of ashes.
Yep. Screeching Sillclaw is it's a Stormcrow.
Yeah.
It's a-
Stormcrow with Metalcraft.
It's a 1/2 flyer for 1 and a blue.
Strictly better than Stormcrow? No.
Wait, Stormcrow, we have one. Don't we have one up here
Somewhere.
somewhere?
No,
I don't know.
it's a 1/2 flyer for blue.
Yeah, it
It's a bird.
is. Yeah. All right, but if you have Metalcraft, whenever Screeching Sillclaw deals combat damage to a player, that player puts the top 4 cards of their library into his or her graveyard.
Oh my god, Mill.
It's adaptively deaf to its own cries. Huh. But yeah, it is just strictly better Stormcrow, which seems like the most busted thing in the universe. Jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Blister Grub,
Hey guys.
2/2 for 2 and a black. It's a horror, and it does look pretty horrific. With Swamp Walk, when it's put into a graveyard from the battlefield, each opponent loses 2 life. Or when it dies, each opponent loses 2
Seems
life.
all right.
Sorry, I was just looking at the Stormcrow page on Gatherer.
Oh, it's a mess.
I mean, nobody can
Comment?
comment on Gather anymore, right?
Yeah.
But just the top, the last comment somebody done at the top one was, "This thing is so powerful even by today's standards. Sigh. If only it had flying." And then in brackets rereads card. Oh my god.
Love it. Oxidia Daredevil is
Noom.
2/1 for 1 and a red. Sack an artifact. Oxidia Daredevil gains haste until end of turn. Not that great.
No. I don't
The-
think I'm.
Oh,
Oxidia-
his car runs on junk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Oxidia Scrap Melter, I think it is a like a giant beast that you can sack artifacts to like do damage to people, and that thing worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
Destroy target. Oh no,
Yeah.
that's not what I'm thinking of. There's a card that has a synergy that it does a thing.
Is he
Yeah.
shooting fire out of his chest?
Looks like it.
Weird.
What, you can't do that?
I mean, not every day.
Razor Hippogriff. It's a
Yeah.
3/3 flyer for 3 white. When Razor Hippogriff enters the battlefield, return target artifact from your graveyard to your hand. You gain life equal to that card's converted mana cost.
Interesting.
That's totally fine.
Yeah,
This kinda
totally
seems
fine.
like, pretty all right. It's like, what if Gravedigger had evasion and gained you life?
That would be a better card than Gravedigger.
Barbed Battle Gear is a
Crank.
3 mana equipment that equips for 2 and gives the equipped creature +4/-1. It's barbed on the inside.
I see. It's like, I wish I was Grafted Wargear, but I'm not.
Yeah, it's not. It's okay, I guess.
Grafted Wargear's too good. Until you get it bounced. And then you
Speaking
feel
of,
real bad.
speaking of quite good, Painsmith.
Hey, what's
the
up?
cycle of smiths were quite good. This is a 2/1 for 1 and a black. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may have target creature get +2/+0 and Death Touch until end of turn.
This is pretty good in a set with a lot of mirror tokens.
Yup.
Oh, it's
Pretty
only when you
good.
cast the spell.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you cast an artifact.
Yeah.
Not one at ETBs.
Such as our foil, the Sylvok Lifestaff.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Ye old Sylvok Lifestaff.
So it's a single mana equipment that equips for 1, and equipped creature gets +1/+0, and whenever equipped creature is put into a graveyard, you gain 3 life.
This was sideboard tech in the standard
like
environment, wasn't it?
This was honestly kind of playable and limited
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, wasn't this? I feel like this was like a popper thing as well.
Oh yeah, probably.
But yeah, seems all right.
And we got a plains and a wolf token, and our rare
Ooh.
big boy
Hey.
Carnifex Demon.
I wanted this to be, like, I loved this card. I wanted it to be good.
Do you know what I just realized this has in common. This seems like a callback to Shadowmoor. Because it's a 6/6 for 4 black, and it enters the battlefield with 2 -1/-1 counters on it. So it's a 4/4 flyer for 6. But for 1
Or
black...
It's a 6/6 flyer for 6.
Yeah.
no,
Oh,
but
right,
when
4/4. Yeah.
you can pay a black and remove one of those counters to move it to another creature.
You put a +1/+1 counter on each
Oh,
other
each
creature.
other creature. Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
it wraps everybody.
Like, I
Very
wanted to
slowly.
play this in like a control deck,
Yeah.
kind of with like Black Sun Zenith, and you would just get people all the time, and
Yeah.
then they would just like play the vampire with kicker, where you'd sack a creature.
Oh, Gatekeeper
Gatekeeper
Malekith.
Yeah,
Malekith.
and you'd feel
Thi-
bad.
This reminds me of Secret Tech that I think Alistair Howie used to play, where he would play. It's some tree folk that comes in with a -1/-1 counter on it, and you can naturalize by removing the counter.
Oh yeah.
Wickerbow.
Wickerbow
Elder.
Elder. And then he would play Black Sun Zenith to reload it.
Neat.
I was like, what? You just wrathed me and now you have more naturalizes?
That's amazing.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's kind of sweet.
All right, I think we got time for one more.
All right.
So
Yeah.
before we do that,
Here, you should grab it.
Yeah, Paul.
I have a pack of
Oh, no.
Weiss Schwarz, the Love
Did Fugi
Live,
send us this?
the Love Live School Idol Project expansion.
So like Weiss Schwarz is the game, and then it
Love
gets
Live,
expansions
yeah.
for all these weird like Animu titles.
Yes, this is from Dark Morford at this year's PAX West.
I think I tried
So
to get
thanks, Sean.
Fugi to explain this game to me because I think he actually plays it. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how it works. You're like putting on a performance or something?
That sounds about right. Because
Maybe.
there's we opened a Miku pack of this a while ago. But I know even less about Love Live.
Apparently, we
that,
got the best Miku.
except that it was everywhere in Japan when we were over there. It's Wonderful Candy Coterie.
Okay.
So Coterie is the character. I remember this from before. Coterie is the character, and Wonderful Candy is the costume because she's like whipping
Oh, okay.
cream or something. Candy on
Or
me,
something.
everybody, she says.
How do you spell coterie?
Kotori. We got a different coterie as well. We got School Idol Festival coterie. During this card's battle, all players cannot play backup from their hand. Okay, that's continuous.
That one?
Nope.
That's a different coterie.
There's
This
a
is-
lot of these.
Get your coteries straight, Paul.
Or wait,
Wonderful Candy coterie.
is it Kotori?
Kotori?
It's probably Kotori. I don't know.
Hang on, so this one has a continuous effect. During this card's battle, all players cannot play backup from their hand. And then this has an act thing, which is that I think that's a turn sideways thing. You do something to 2 of your characters, and then choose one of your characters, and that character gets plus 1,500 power until
Whoa.
end of turn.
I attack your life points directly.
No.
No, don't. It's fine.
It's okay. Wait, what is going on with her shorts?
Don't
She
worry
has
about
a
it.
skirt under her.
Floofs.
What?
We've got-
no.
You
this,
put
nothing
on your
here
crinoline and then you put on your booty shorts.
We've
and you're
got-
like, sold.
All psyched up Umi,
Okay.
who says, I can feel the breeze on my legs in this costume. We've got Maki in pajamas, which says, hey, go over there. We've got Let's Go Out Together Nozomi, who says, hey, today you're looking kind of fashionable,
Also
huh?
looks like she's on muscle relaxants.
We've got Secret Examination Room Maki,
what?
who says, these feelings are a bit complex. Naturally, it suits me. We've got a foil, kind of. It's like differently, weirdly foil, of That's Our Miracle, Rin Hoshizora, who has a lot of ability text. And, what's this one? This is the Snow Halation.
Is this the secret examination?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the
this
one.
card looks different, though.
Yeah,
That
I got one.
seems unsanitary.
This card has
like-
like text in a different background, but that's the art for it.
Wait, is it this one?
Wait, what?
Yes.
Yes, that's the one, except this is
Okay.
in English. This says, continuous effect. If the number of other music characters you have is 2 or more, this card gets plus 1,000 power. I don't understand this game at all. It is completely incomprehensible
Oh, you see, it's Moe.
to me. Well, because I haven't read the rules, right? So it
Yeah.
seems like Babylon 5, I can sort of, because I played like the Star Trek and the Star Wars
Yeah.
CCGs around that same time, I can be like, oh I see what's going on.
Yeah.
This, I have no frame
I'm
of
assuming
reference.
you're assembling like an idle group,
Yeah.
and then you battle.
Yeah.
You just kick the shit out
I
of
think
them.
this is one is like a performance. The snow halation, I think, is a performance.
Well,
Snow inhalation?
Halatation. It's sideways, and it's like it looks like a performance where they're at. It looks like they're at the Rockefeller Plaza. But I don't know that that's the case.
all right. Well, one more.
So now we have.
Now we have these.
Now we have these.
Just
All right. let's-
Pocket waifus.
No, again,
Yeah.
the art is not the same.
Squeesh.
I don't know why.
All right, one last pack.
Run it.
Doing for reals.
Goodbye.
Five. One,
I think it's one of the new ones.
2,
I mean,
Three.
most recent acquisitions.
4. It's prophecy.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, this was sent to us from by Morton in the mail. Prophecy.
This was again when I was playing for the second time.
Sweet.
Like Prophecy, Nemesis,
So
Plane
is this?
Shift.
So are you currently in your third rise?
Yeah,
of
this-
I'm
magic?
also,
yeah.
I think, in my third, maybe fourth.
Yeah.
Resurgence.
Anyone? Oh wait, that's an uncommon. Hang on. Okay.
Gotta rearrange them.
All right. Ugh. Greel's Caress.
Hey, what's up?
Greel, could you not?
Great Greel. Greel.
Greel, please. 1 and a black. Enchant creature. You can play Greel's Caress, and it has flash. Enchanted creature gets -3/-0.
Greel's grin is far less
Greel's
loathsome
uncomfortable
than his
back rub.
touch.
Yeah, no
Oh.
kidding.
Yeah.
You look
Does
tired. You
Greel-
look tense.
Is Greel one of those guys that sounds like Michael Jackson? He's like, here, you look tense. I just
And
like
your
to rub
back
your
just
back."
locks up like
Yeah.
a crab. Like you break his fingers off in your scapula.
Next up is Hazy Homunculus. It's a 1/1 for 1 and a blue. Hazy Homunculus is unblockable as long as defending player controls an untapped land. Mana burn isn't a thing, so they could just tap their land.
Well, was it
Yeah.
a thing in this set?
Maybe
Probably,
they could also
yeah.
just take. Okay, it was.
Yeah,
they
take
could also
one.
just take one. Weird.
I guess the idea here is that you either take one from this or you take one from mana burn,
Right.
which is dumb.
Well, more than that for mana burn if you.
Yeah.
Weird. Gross. Ribcage spider.
Ew.
This actually seems sweet. It's tuna green for a 1/4 with reach.
That
Yeah,
seems
that's fine. I
fine.
mean, you get one off the cost of a normal giant spider, but lose 1 power.
also
this-
4 toughness.
There's
Well,
a
giant spider was a 2/4.
Oh right.
there's a card very similar to this in Kaladesh. The High Spire Artisan
Right.
is
yeah,
a 0/3
with Fabricate.
with Fabricate 1. So you
Yeah.
can make it, and it has reach. So you can make it a 1/4 with reach for 3 mana,
Yeah.
or you can make it an 0/3 with reach with a 1/1.
Hello.
It's also an elf, which is, I guess, maybe a little
I
bit
am
more
an
relevant.
elf.
Inflame.
Boosh.
Single red mana. Inflame deals 2 damage to each creature that was dealt damage this turn.
Hey, you want to stab?
I got a stabbing
Those
thing.
those Keldons, you know, they're just violent people.
Wow. So I've never understood this card, like how you're supposed to use it, because you can't use it on its own.
It's
Yeah.
just
And it's
bad.
each creature, so it even like you
Yeah,
can't.
it will deal damage
if you have
to
like a pair,
yours.
if you have a 2/3 and they have a 2/3 and they bounce off each other, you can't get them.
Yeah.
Because your guy dies too.
It's
Yeah,
just
this
sort of
card
like
might
blow
just
up
be
everything.
bad.
I think it's real bad.
Cast it after first strike damage resolves.
Ooh, there you go.
Or if you've got something that like deals 1 damage to a bunch of things, then it doesn't even, because it's not combat damage, right?
Here's
Yeah.
like
So
earthquake.
you could just
Earthquake
like
X is 1.
touch a bunch of stuff and then
Yeah.
do that, but not worth it.
Electrickery.
Yeah.
That's the-
yeah.
Overload Electrickery. Deal
Yeah.
1 damage to your opponent's whole board. Then cast Inflame. Deal another 2 damage.
Or you could just
Be
cast
happy about it, I guess.
Yeah.
Bonfire of the Damned for a punch.
Yeah.
Golf Squid.
What?
What'd you call me?
Oh, I thought you said golf squid. I was like,
Golf Squid. It's not reading for some reason. There it is.
hello.
3 and a blue for a 2/2. When Golf Squid comes into play, tap all lands target player controls. That's not very good.
Nope. All right. Float mana in response.
I thought you said golf squid for a sec, and I was like, a squid that plays golf?
Yeah.
Well, there aren't any rules against it, I
There's
guess.
nothing in the rulebook that says a squid can't play golf.
No. The country club rules are very clear.
Just imagine everyone's very, very quiet. The squid's like going for the putt, and then like there's a whole crowd of people. Like they make it, and the whole crowd of people is like, and then there's just 2 squid there also in the crowd being like
Slap, slap, slap,
Yeah.
slap, slap.
doing like just slapping their.
That's good.
This is the squid's family.
Or the squid misses, and then there's just like this huge, it's like ripping up trees
Yeah.
and smashing stuff.
I can see that now in my head. It's like everything's silent. It goes. The ball just lolls towards the hole, and then just like does the like swoop around the hole, and then just a shot of the squid standing there frozen, and then just like slam in on their eye, which like narrows and turns red, and then just cut to them like flipping the country club.
Yeah. Or doing one of those weird like golfer poses where they look like they're out of Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Or even better, he goes to the putt for the win, whiffs it, and the camera pans back and he's camouflaged against the green.
That is a cuttlefish thing, not a squid. That's racist, Alex.
And some octopus can do it too.
Some octopus, not all octopus.
Also a squid like wearing, the like plaid golf, plaid baggy golfer pants.
Sweater vest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
This is
That went on a weird tangent.
Yep.
yeah. I really kind of wish Featherweight was watching
The
this.
cuttlefish is like the caddy or something.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we talking about now? Oh yeah, Silt Crawler. It is a 3/3 for 2 and a green. When Silt Crawler comes into play, tap all lands you control.
Seems fine on turn 3.
That's fine actually. I mean, it's fine on future turns if you tap. Like,
Yeah, if you play this guy second.
yeah, that's 3/3 for 3. That's actually pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Like it's a downside, but it's one that you can work around. So.
Yeah.
Fault Riders is a 2/2 for 2 and a red. Sacrifice a land. Fault Riders gets +2/+0 and first strike until end of turn, but you can only do that once each turn. So you can make it a 4/2 with first strike. That seems all right, actually.
Yeah.
Like, not great. You're sacking a land, but I don't know.
If you're getting flooded, I guess.
pretty all in.
Whip-stitched Zombie.
Oh,
It's a 2/2 for 1 and a black.
why is he whip stitched?
Whip stitch. It's like
Gross.
haphazardly stitched, I think, is a whip stitch.
Oh, this is awful.
Yeah, wow.
It's a bear that has an upkeep.
too many
Yeah,
arms.
no.
The
Why?
Bears are too good.
Yeah, wow. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Whip Stitch Zombie unless you pay black.
What? Why?
It's not cumulative, at least, but it's
No,
every
but-
turn.
If this was like a 3/3, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's not very
Probably not still, but what? Who gives a bear upkeep?
good. I like Despoil. Which one?
Which spoil?
Dispoil.
Dispoil.
Despoil. 3 and a black.
These spoil.
Sorcery. Destroy target land. Its controller loses 2 life.
Yeah.
That seems fine.
I mean, 4 mana's a lot, but sure.
Oh, wow.
Boom.
Glittering Links. It's a 1/1 for a single white mana. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to Glittering Links. For 2 mana, until end of turn, Glittering Links loses prevent all damage that would be dealt to Glittering Links. Any player may pay this ability.
I saw this in a Highlander deck one time. I don't think it's very good.
Stellar.
Next card, please.
Stellar card evaluation now.
It's like I saw this in a Highlander deck one time. It was a terrible Highlander deck.
I think it had other good cards, but this
Was it just like, was that Highlander deck procedurally generated by somebody going over to the common bin and pulling out
maybe.
a stack of cards?
Christic Circle.
Harstic.
Christic. It's an enchantment for 2 white.
Oh.
For a single mana, any player may... Hang on. Single mana is the cost. Then it says, any player may pay 1 mana. If no one does, then the next time a source of your choice would deal damage to you this turn, prevent that damage. So basically you get into this fight where you're like, I activate Rhystic Circle, and your
I
opponent's
pay.
like, I pay for it. And then
I
you're
activate
like,
it.
cool, I activate again, then they pay for it again until you run it, until you both run out of mana. Or your opponent just goes, you know what, fine, and leaves, presumably.
Yeah. I prefer Rhystic Study.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rhystic Study's quite good. Rhystic Study and Rhystic Tutor are the playable ones in this.
All right,
What
you
I
ready?
presume is a cycle.
You ready for the uncommons
I'm
now?
not.
All right, here we go. Bam!
Who dat?
Chilling Apparition.
Hey!
It's cold
Cool
out
art.
there. 1/1 for 2 and a black. Ghost. So single black, regenerate Chilling Apparition. Whenever Chilling Apparition deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card from his or her hand. It seems alright, actually.
It's not
It's
a
bad
it's not
hippie,
a
but
hypnotic
it's-
specter, but it regenerates.
Yeah.
It has like
It's a spirit now, right? Because ghosts don't exist
Right.
Yeah, I was going to ask about
Because
that.
ghosts aren't real.
Yeah, ghosts aren't even real.
I mean, it's like it's pretty hobbled by not having evasion,
Yeah.
but
It's got regenerate at least. But yeah.
Yeah.
Which heuristic one did you like?
Study.
Cool. This is not that one.
No! Oh,
this is
man, that was mean.
Heuristic scrying.
Why you gotta do me dirty like that?
2 blue sorcery, draw 3 cards. It's basically Ancestral Recall. Then if any player pays 2 mana, discard 3 cards from your hand. This seems bad.
what if was it concentrate or tidings?
You want to use your late game refill your hand card, but you have to wait till your opponent's tapped out to do it.
Oh wow! It's like draw 3. Nuh-uh.
You've got to play. Wait. First you play. Wait.
No, it's not
Gulf
gonna,
Squid.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no.
First you
there
play
you
Gulf
go,
Squid
there
to
you go.
tap all their land.
Then in second main phase,
Then you play Heuristic
after
Scrying.
the mana's drained,
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. First main Gulf Squid. Pass through combat.
then
It's a combo. Oh wow! What you got for us?
One of my favorite Metal Slug pickups. Flame Shot.
Wow, that's
3 in a red. Sorcery. You may discard a mountain instead of paying Flame Shot's mana cost.
okay.
It deals 3 damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures.
Actually, that's
This
not
seems
the
Alex,
worst.
this actually seems all right.
There you go.
maybe.
1, 2, 3, and then.
Well,
the other
like-
card.
He's got his curious face on.
It only hits creatures, but
Yeah.
it is divided as you choose. Yeah, maybe.
So it takes you 2 cards to do it because you got to pitch a land, but
But
I mean a mountain specifically.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I feel like most of the time I would prefer to play Pyrokinesis, which is this card, but it's Force of Red. It's 4 damage divided as you choose, but the alternate cost is pitch a red card,
Oh,
which is maybe
that
easier.
seems better.
It's actually really good.
Yeah.
So that one's almost playable, but I don't know.
You put that with that other one, the 2 damage to all creature. Anything that
Oh, there you
damage,
go.
right?
there you go.
There you go.
Yeah,
now we're
now
cooking
we're
with
down
that.
3
You cast
cards.
this for free, but you wrath them for 4.
That sounds pretty. This is pretty good
Yeah,
actually.
that's actually kind of cool.
All right, and our rare
What is it?
is not great.
Oh no.
It's Forgotten Harvest. 1 and a green enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may remove a land in your graveyard from the game. So exile a land card from your graveyard. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature.
Snore!
Yeah,
So you get a
no,
maximum of 1 per turn.
You cast this, it does nothing. Next upkeep, if you have a land and a creature, you get a
ugh.
+1/+1.
Yeah, no
Like,
thanks.
if this was every upkeep, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature, you probably wouldn't play it. If this was on your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on your creature,
Yeah.
it.
If this was an instant that said put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control for 1 and a green.
No?
No, but you know what? You know what is good?
What is good?
Obsessive Skinner,
Yes.
which is if you're looking at a different creature, it is a 1/1 for 1 and a green.
Yes.
That you can put a +1/+1 counter on a creature,
And
you get to do it every turn if you have Delirium.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy got away from you. Okay, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
So this.
Well, there you go.
There's
Yeah.
your baseline.
There's your
for
fix.
Yeah.
for this effect. Ugh. All right, that's gonna do it for today. Thank you
We
for joining
packed
us
some cracks.
for Crack a Pack Fest. Don't know what we're gonna talk about next time, but we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
When we get to it. As always, our shows are brought to you by your kind support on patreon.com/loadingreadyrun, and Tap Concede once again is now brought to you by cardkingdom.com/LRR. Check them out as well. And thank you all so much for listening. Bye.
Bye.